When we're quoting or estimating a new project for a client, we often get the request, can we see 20 concepts or 30 concepts or even more concepts during the initial phase? And we often find ourselves steering the client towards 4 to 6 concepts in our proposal. That's largely because we have this gut instinct that 4 to 6 concepts are more beneficial to the project. So we asked ourselves, is there any real science behind our 4 to 6 concepts recommendation? It turns out there's a theory of cognitive psychology called Miller's Law, and it states that most human brains are incapable of holding more than 7 items, plus or minus 2, in their short-term memory at once. This is why PowerPoint slides tend to top out at 5 to 6 bullet points, and why it's easier to remember a phone number than it is a credit card number. So I think Miller's Law has a lot of potential implications for designers. In user interface design, Miller's Law guides a common practice of chunking or organizing content into smaller clusters to make it more digestible for users. And in my work as an industrial designer, Miller's Law comes into play during concept reviews with clients. Specifically, it helps inform how many concepts we might propose to a client during the first phase of design exploration. Every client and every project challenge is different, but more often than not, we agree on an expectation of initially delivering between 4 and 6 concepts. Fewer than 4 to 6 concepts, and you're probably not exploring the full range of outcomes. More than 4 to 6 concepts, and the client may be prone to making a poor selection, and ultimately, they end up with a failed product. These numbers are backed by our own experience over hundreds of projects, by Miller's Law, and by other research about the way humans make decisions. You may also have heard of the paradox of choice, a notion made famous by psychologist Barry Schwartz. Schwartz explains the paralysis we undergo when we try to select one ice cream flavour from a menu of 20, and why we feel more satisfied choosing from a menu of only 4 flavours. It turns out that having more choices actually overinflates our expectations, giving cause to doubt the outcome and increases the mental load needed to come to a conclusion. In a design concept review, the reduced level of differentiation between 20 options can result in a team assigning abstract qualities to the concepts out of an eagerness to narrow down the list. But a review limited to 4 to 6 options lets each concept stand boldly apart, saving time teasing out the subtleties between them. It's much easier to make deeper and ultimately better assessments when the options are limited to a palatable handful. So designers should go ahead and generate a wide range of rough ideas for internal consideration, but for client reviews, filter them down to a manageable number that clearly stand apart and that can be measured against the original goals of the project. Or to paraphrase Einstein, make your design reviews as simple as possible, but no simpler.